Heyo, I'm Martin and you're watching Cynical Speech. In our new episode, Piggy and I will refer to one of the most delicate topics in our lives, the first kiss. I was made for loving you, baby, you was made for loving me. No. Don't get me wrong, I'm not talking about that kiss.
Martin, stop acting like you have ever heard them before. Just look up Wikipedia.
Fine. Wiki, what do you think? A kiss is the touch or pressing of one's lips against another person or an object. There are also cultural connotations of kissing, and some of them could be pretty little. Not little as you, Piggy, but deadly as Mel Gibson. But before anathematizing the sacred act of expressing sympathy and love, let's have a look at the basics of kissing. Small things in your life can define you as a person. It's essential to have a proper first kiss, even though you can stay virgin forever and talk to a camera with imaginary friend. Or there is a teeny tiny possibility it could turn you into a social monster with a huge and filthy basement. There are 6 or 7, I cannot count, I suck at biology, memorable points around every person's first kiss. 1. Age, or when it happened. Someone putting lips over your ugly face is definitely a miracle. Especially if you've blossomed in a bad way during puberty. If you're too young, you may not like it. Your less favorite mustached aunt is the one that always kisses you on the mouth. That could be damaging to your purely infant soul. But if you're too late getting your first kiss, that could be disastrous to the object you're exchanging fluids with. Mine though was extremely early, which leads us to point number 2, how it happened. Kids are pretty horny and impatient. That's why games like Spin the Bottle exist. You can shit and pee on your own or even wipe your ass properly, but you do like that girl and you want to play Who's Your Daddy with her in the closet. As I said, my first kiss happened a lot earlier than the other kids. I was like 4 or 5, kindergarten stuff. Back at home we were watching Bride of Violence with the lovely Carol out. But the scenes with her and Eric Roberts were pretty passionate. They were having hot and steamy sex. And I basically tried to recreate them with the girl I had a crush on.
Martin, that's illegal!
No. We were the same age. She was a bit older actually. But yeah, there were a couple of problems. She didn't like me because I was eating my boogers. Which kid doesn't? And that other thing, I said in the movie Carol and Eric were pretty much having sex. So it might just look like a rape attempt right there. That leads us to number 3. With whom your first kiss is. Both of you should agree on that. And I'm not talking about signing a prenuptial agreement. Everything counts. It might be with the person you like the most. Could be your grandma or your daddy's prostitute. If you're pervert enough or simply growing up in a place with a high incest rate, your first kiss could be shared with your sister's first nightmare.
By the way, Florida has the highest rate in the US. Crazy!
I guess that means a big apology to Mississippi and Louisiana for all the prejudice. To sum it up, it's important the object of your temptation to be a human being. 4. Where? I know everyone in love likes to demonstrate that in public, but most of the time the first kiss happens indoors. Unless you are dreaming, which isn't that sad. You will find someone. Forget what I've said about the age. So you can get it in your home, school, kindergarten. Your creepy unmarried man's next door apartment is also an option. Yeah, kids, do not fall for free chocolate or ice cream. Stay away from suspicious drugs or any kind of generous man.
Life will fuck you anyway.
5. Type of kiss. Cheek doesn't count. Blowjobs either. I mean, that's totally different topic. Experiencing lips to lips or even French in your young age could give you a lot of confidence. But don't go too far. Remember that Cruel Intentions scene? Terrible. Too much tongue. Most people don't like it. 6. How long does it take? A blink of an eye, a few more seconds, or you're still kissing. Above all, the most important thing is to enjoy it. 7. Finally, cultural connotations. Everyone's free of doing whatever he wants. But mind the gap between different people and their religious specifics. In some countries, you'll be able to kiss whatever you are. In others, you can get beaten to death because of that. Or even kissing a goat may end you up married to the poor animal. That's about it, enough blabbering. When was your first kiss? How it happened? With whom? Feel absolutely free to share it in the comments below. Also, if you like my video, please subscribe to my channel. We are all done here, Piggy. See you next time. Bye bye!